analyzing and dissecting. Holy shit, I was around the test and this almost peaked so much. Are we live? Do we have well? Yeah, let me see. Let me test it myself. Are we existing? Wait, this is kind of, isn't this a little bit louder than normal? Or is this the average? No. The levels are higher somehow. I don't know. Anyways, we're here, so disregarding that, Pim. Yeah, hello everybody. We are once again on this precious space that is, so to speak, our waterfall, or farm, or place of contemplation, and our place of analysis. In this particular instance, we are continuing with the Mahabharata, Sorry, we are pretty fine. It is beautiful as always to be present. I I I decided to do some stuff in the evening because I had to take care of some things rather as I think it was, yeah. If I would if I decided to stream, I would have needed to do like 45 minutes, and it isn't that I do not like it, but it seems that sometimes doing that might not be the best. But anyways, aside from that, as I was saying, we are here, we are present, we have the possibility of streaming more than anything else, so that is beautiful. So as always, hello everybody, welcome to our real and beautiful place that is Twitch, twitch.com, or is it .tv now? No, well yeah, twitch.tv slash Vtuber, where we have in this particular instance stream elements who I hope can work until the end of the stream. Mas broke, welcome. Yeah, we're meditating a little bit. And Ginkgo, who yeah, who also got this message, and I saw it, but I can't do. I was doing the introduction because I'm a coordinator. Yeah. But anyways, before release changing scene, let me set it up because I didn't do that before. I am amazing. I am a wise content creator. I am a professional at what I do. Let me Mahabharata. There it is. When I had it already set it up. Well, it happened when I was trying to get ready for streaming on the evening that I didn't notice. My own schedule. So I did almost, or I was close to see. I was close to. No. It isn't a problem. I mean, what I wanted to say, I can. The problem is that I can't really add anything particular in Ginkgo, but there hasn't been any annoying message so far. In how many? Which number we're in? In the 139 days that we have been here, and also welcome, Vegeta. Wait. There it is, the book itself. Yes, we are reading. No, in this past 139 streams, there has literally been nothing that really I said, holy fuck, what a warranty. So far, no worries at all in that sense. My dear Link, no real worries. But well, also, as another addition to this beautiful, so to speak, thing that is happening, here it is. Holy fuck. I think I beat a piece that was rotten, what the fuck. I didn't check. No. It seems that the apple itself is kind of soft, somehow. No, okay. No, we're fine. I thought I hit on something rotten, but no, it is fine. It is fine. And wait, what? I saw it before. Evening. Vita what? Evening. I mean, yeah, welcome. Good time, some Vita. It is night for me, not evening. But anyways, yeah. I mean, evening out of nowhere. And so, welcome, Crack. Welcome. We are today. We are continuing with our beautiful. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, because yeah. At least in Spanish, it is normal to say good night instead of. Yeah. I understand. No worries. But well, as I was saying, thank you, Crack, for your support to the cause. Some people seems to be rather avoidant of having to deal with it, but no need to shame anybody. Anyways, we have this book and we have to continue this beautiful reading that is the Mahabharata. We left. We left on Mahabharata. What? Yeah, sorry. It wasn't a personal attack. I didn't intend it like that. Sorry. We left it on them, and also thank you. We left it on what was it? On a monk that was because he had a bow of not speaking. I do not remember how they got it here. he got impaled alive, and because he was such an incredible monk, he also didn't die, but instead, because of his mystical power called Tapasya, he was able to summon other monks, or what the Munis. They aren't called monks here, they are called Munis. So, anyways, continuing, because that was the, so to speak, resume of what is the actual situation here. Canto 108. Samhavaparva continued. Mesampayana said, that tiger amongst Munis answered those rishis rich in tapasya. Who shall I blame for this? Only myself. Yeah, because they ask those 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 rishis that this Muni is referring to. They asked them who they needed to punish because he got impaled. So, continuing, hearing him speak, after being impaled for so long, the king's soldiers rushed to tell the king about the miracle. Now the king consulted his ministers and realized his folly that he had impaled a true sage. He ran to where the stake was planted and began to pacify the rishi who hung on it. The king said, "Oh Mahamune, I have done you great harm in my ignorance. I beg you, forgive me. I beg you, do not be angry." Mandavya was pacified. When the king saw anger ebb from the sage's face, he had the stake taken down and attempted to remove it from the rishi's body, but he could not. So he cut it off where it entered the sage's person. And that greatest of rishis continued his life with a portion of the stake inside him. He walked, performed the most rigorous tapasya, and attained countless lofty realms that others could not dream of. For the portion of the stake that remained inside his body, he became known through the three worlds as Ani Mandavya, Mandavya with the stake within. One day, that Brahmana, who knew the highest Dharma, went to the home of Dharmadeva, god of justice. Seeing Dharma upon his lofty throne, the rishi asked reproachfully, "Tell me, what sin I have committed that I am punished like this? Tell me now, and behold my tapasya Shakti." Dharmadeva replied, "Once you impale a little insect on a blade of grass. This is your payment for that sin. O rishis, just as dana, charity, however small, bears great fruit, multiplied many times over, so does papa, sin, bring pain in its wake inexorably." Animandavya asked, "Tell me when I committed this sin because I cannot remember." Said Dharma, "When you were a child." The rishi said, "The Shastras do not recognize any sin done by a child until his 12th year. The punishment you have inflicted on me is unjust, out of all proportion." Dharmadeva, Brahmahatya, killing a Brahmana, is a sin greater than killing any other living being. You have committed Brahmahatya, O God of justice, and for that you shall be born as a Sudra in the world. Also, from today I declare that no sin committed by a child below 14 years shall be any sin or punishable, but only by those above 14. Caused by that illumined rishi, Dharmadeva is born as Vidura to a Sudra mother. Vidura is learned indeed, with an uncanny knowledge of Dharma. Hmm, I don't think so. Or, I mean, if we are being realistical, the extent to which Here 5 Luffy could have the possibility of beating anybody is as long as he understands what are the powers of their rivals, because it is based on the notion of, because I understand and because I have the possibility of changing the realities in which they exert their influences on, I become more powerful than them. But if it, well, yeah, see it like this: if it were to be a face-off out of nowhere, Shiva will win. If it were to be a face-off with both rivals knowing in detail kind of what the other is capable of, I wouldn't be so sure who will win. I think probably Luffy, taking into account that even if we have a lot of explanations and a lot of that here, it still lacks some more deepness to it, like how incredibly powerful are compared to something specific. Because we know the gods are, or what the devas are the most um, capable beings, but at the same time, if they are cursed by a Mahabharata, no, by what was it? By another of those devas themselves, or even wait, or even a rishi, they will also have to pay consequences and blah 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 blah. Blah. So it is weird. Yeah. I don't know. In that field of knowledge, I have no capacity to help you. But well, continuing. Vidura is learned indeed, with an uncanny knowledge of Dharma, of politics, and of Artha too. He is absolutely without greed and anger, having deep foresight and an imperturbable mind. He is always selflessly devoted to the welfare of the House of Kuru. I could have read this. This was a literary page. I could have read. No. It was too. Okay, I understand. But I could have read this before continuing, before ending stream to the last. I don't know. Anyways, Canto 109. Parva continued. Vasampayana said, when those three children are born, Kuru, Kuruhungala, Kurukshetra, knows untold prosperity. The earth yields unprecedented harvests, and the bountiful crops are all uncommonly flavorsome. The clouds bring rains in season, and the trees bring forth flowers and fruit. Drought cattle are contented, and the wild birds and beasts too are full of delight. Flowers are fragrant, and fruit sweet. Merchants, artisans, traders, and artists of every kind teem in towns and cities and thrive. The people are all brave, learned, honest, and happy. There are no robbers then, nor does anyone sin. It seems as if a Satyasuga, a golden age, permeates every corner of the kingdom. The people, holy fuck, the people are devout, truthful, follow Dharma, perform yagnas, are generous and charitable, and full of love for one another, and they prosper. They are free from pride, anger, and greed. They are pure-hearted and find delight in natural and innocent things. Hastinapura, capital of the Kurus, is another Amaravati, as full of beauty and joy as the sea is with water. Hundreds of great palaces and mansions line its wide avenues and highways. Its lofty gates and archways are dark as clouds. Elsewhere in the kingdom, the people swim and frolic in rivers, lakes, and tanks. They roam and sport in charmed forests and airy woods. The southern Kurus, in virtuous rivalry with the northern kinsmen, keep company with Siddhas, Charanas, and Rishis. Throughout the Blessed Kingdom, no Kurman is miserly, and no woman a widow. The wells and lakes are always full of sweet water. The forests are rich with wonderful trees. The homes of Brahmanas are full of riches, and life is a constant and joyful celebration. O king, Bhishma rules the kingdom with dharma, and he covers it with hundreds of upastambas, sacrificial posts. Indeed, Bhishma's rule brings such contentment to the Kuru kingdom that people from other kingdoms migrate to Kuru lands, swelling the population. And the people all watch the three splendid young Kuru princes grow and are full of hope for the future as well. O Rajan, in the homes of the Kuru nobility, you will always hear the words, give and come eat with us. From their very birth, Bhishma raises Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and the exceptionally intelligent Vidura like his own sons. with every prescribed and successive ritual of their Varna being performed timely for them. The princes devote themselves to Vratas and study. They grow into truly exceptional youths, versed in the Vedas and skilled at all sports. They become excellent bowmen, horsemen, mace fighters, swordmen, elephant warriors, and deep scholars of Dharma. They know Itihasa, the Puranas, and all the arts and sciences. They know the great truths and wisdom enshrined in the Vedas and the Vedantas. Their education is profound and extensive. Pandu is soon the best of all archers, while Dharatirashtra is the strongest man, and no one is Vidura's equal in his knowledge of and devotion to Dharma, to virtue and morality. Seeing the extinct line of Shantanu restored, people the world over begin to say that among mothers of Kshatriyas, the princesses of Kasi are foremost. Of kingdoms, Kuruhungala is the best, of men of Dharma, Vidura is the finest, and of cities, Hastinapura has no rival. Dharatirashtra is blind and Vidura is the son of a Sudra woman, so Pandu becomes king. One day, Bhishma, first among those that know the Raganiti, the code of kings, as well as the laws of Dharma, calls Vidura wise in matters of the spirit himself. Canto 110. Mahabharata continued. So far, I have nothing really else to add. That's why we're truly at this point in the book, we're really kind of going faster than what I expected. Because aside from trying to overthink what we started with, what was it? Canto 108, the part of I have nobody to blame except me. Aside from that, it really is important to not try to search or to invent meanings when there is nothing to release add here. So continue. Bhishma says, ours is an ancient and glorious royal line, shining through the ages with the luster of countless magnificent kings of Dharma. The enlightened Krishna, Dvaipayana, Satyavati, and I myself have raised you 3 princes, so that the royal lineage of Kuru does not become extinct. You and I must see to it, my wise Vidura, that our dynasty grows again and expands like the very sea. I have heard that there are 3 princesses worthy of being married into our house. The first is the daughter of Surasena of the Yadavas. The second is Subala's daughter, the Gandhara princess. And the third is the princess of Madara. My son, all 3 are of the purest descent, beautiful and accomplished as well. Truly, they are fit to marry into our royal house. Most intelligent child, I feel that we should make these princesses and no daughters in law to continue our race. But tell me what you think, Vidura. Vidura replies, you are our father and our mother as well. You are our guru. Do whatever you think is best for us. Soon after this, Bhishma hears from some Brahmanas that Subala's lovely daughter Gandhari has worshipped Lord Shiva, and Hara has granted her a boon that she would have 100 sons. Bhishma, the Kuru Patriarch, immediately sends his messengers to the Gandhara king, asking for his daughter's hand for the Dharatirashtra. At first, King Subala what? What? Give me a second. What? I have no notifications on chat. This is so sad. Was it? Thank you, Koi Toron. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I hope you can enjoy whatever it is we are doing here. There it is. Let me continue. Sorry. Let me continue. I was okay. At first, King Subala is reluctant because Dharatirashtra is blind. However, when he thinks of the prince's ancestry and the majesty and dharma of the house of Kuru, hello, Koi. Welcome. I hope a little bit of broader context. If you know nothing about this book, we are reading the Mahabharata. One of the main, I think it is. It isn't. Yeah, one of the main sacred texts that the Hinduistics have. So we are reading this because I thought it was interesting to read it. We started on the 108 canto. We are so far, I think, 110. And right now we are following a lineage of kings trying to be even more successful. Because, as with almost every Hinduistic story of this kind, they have a lot of mystical powers and such. So you cannot not expect to see things like, for example, right now, a guy who is trying to marry a woman because she was granted a boon that she was going to have 100 kids. So, yes, wonderful things. An amazing story. But well, as I was saying, at first, King Subala is reluctant because Daharatirashtra is blind. However, when he thinks of the prince's ancestry and the majesty and dharma of the house of Kuru, he agrees to give his devout daughter to become Daharatirashtra's wife. When the chaste and deeply religious Gandhari hears that her husband-to-be is blind, she puts on a blindfold to share her husband's disability, which she will never remove until the very end of her life. Subala's son, Shakuni, brings his beautiful sister, in the flower of her youth, to Hastinapura and formally gives her away to Dharatirashtra. Under Bhishma's watchful and loving eye, Gandhari is received with great honor, and the wedding ceremony is conducted with great pomp and celebration. The valiant Shakuni brings a fine dowry for his sister and many costly garments and ornaments, and Bhishma welcomes him with respect. When the marriage has been solemnized, he returns to his own city. O scion of the Bharatas, the beautiful Gandhari pleases all the Kurus with her demeanor, her affection, and her reverent attention to her elders. She is a perfectly devoted wife, so chaste that she never so much as speaks another man's name or refers to an elder by their name. But yeah, just in case, I think it is kind of obvious because Hinduistic religion, uh, from a Western point of view, might as well be very what is it misogynistic. I think so. Please do not be surprised if you see that happening. I think if you have been following the series so far, there are more than enough examples of this being a true. But we're not just in case, personal disclaimer, we're not analyzing this because I'm a Hinduistic person. We're only analyzing this because I wanted to see content. And more specifically, because I wanted to read the Bhagavad Gita, and I didn't knew it was contained on this whole story. So, continuing. Canto 111. Sambhava continued. Vaisampayana continued. There is a Yadava chieftain called Sura. He is Vasudeva's father. He has a daughter called Pritha, who is the most beautiful young woman on earth. O Bharata, the honest Sura gives this firstborn child of his to his childless cousin, his father's sister's son, Kuntighosha, whom he loves and to whom he has promised his first child. In the palace of her foster father, where she is called Kunti because Kuntighosha, so those on her, Prita has changed of the household, especially of looking after visiting Brahmanas and other guests. Once the dreaded Durvasa Muni, famed as much sorry, I got lost. Famed as much for his quick and fierce temper as his spiritual greatness and profound knowledge of the recondite aspects of Dharma, comes to visit Kuntibhoja. Pritha looks after him so well and worshipfully that the great sage, who indeed has clear foreknowledge of the curse that Pandu will one day incur in the forest, teaches her a mantra by which she can summon any deva she chooses to give her children. Durvasa says, any deva you summon shall come and give you children. After the rishi leaves, curiosity gets the better of Kunti. One day she says the mantra thinking of Arka, Suryadeva, the sun god. As soon as she says the sacred words, the refulgent deity, witness of the world, appears before her. That exquisite princess, no flaw in her features, is always stricken. The sun god Vivaswat comes near her and says, Black eyes, here I am, now say what you want from me. Trembling, Kanti says, Oh, bane of your enemies, a rishi taught me this mantra as a boon. Lord, I was curious and said it only to see if it actually worked. I beg you forgiveness, my lord. Whatever her offense, a woman must always be forgiven. Surya replies, I know that Durvasa gave you this boon, but sweet, shy girl, do not be afraid and come to me. Lovely woman, you cannot summon a demon in vain. My coming must bear fruit. You have called me, and if it is for nothing, you shall incur sin, for sure. Vivaswat says many sweet things to her, but O Mahabharata, she will not go to him out of modesty and fear of her family. Bharata Rishabha, blessing Akara, says again, Princess, you will not sin if you come to me, for I desire you. Then he will not be resisted anymore, and the irradiant Apana, who illumines the universe, has his way with Untiphosa's delicate daughter. From their union immediately is born a splendorous son, clad in natural golden armor and earrings, who will become renowned throughout the world as Karna. Karna is to be the greatest of all warriors, blessed with fortune, and as handsome as a Deva child. As soon as he is born, the lustrous Tapana restores her virginity to Prita and vanishes back into the Baloka. Now the Vrishni princess despairs that she has born an illegitimate son and begins to think feverishly about what she should do. Out of her fear of her relatives and her father, and the censure of the world, she decides to keep her fallen secret. She floats her divine child of supernatural prowess down the river in a wooden box. A famous Sutta, whose wife is Radha, sees the shining infant floating upon the current and brings him home to his wife. The couple looks at his golden kabacha and Gundara in wonderment, and names his Vasusena, he who is born with wealth. Blessed with prodigious strength and genius, as he grows, he becomes expert at wielding weapons of every kind. Owning terrific energy, he will worship the sun from dawn to high noon, until his back is hot from the rays of Araka. During the hours of his worship, there is nothing on earth that the valiant and brilliant Vasusena will not grant as a boon to any Brahmana who asks him for one. One day, knowing that this magnificent warrior could kill his son Arjuna, Falguni, Indra comes to Vasusena during his time of worship. Indra comes as a Brahmana and asks for Vasusena's kabacha, the golden armor with which he has been born, as alms. Vasusena folds his hands reverently, cuts the armor from his body and gives it to Indra. The king of the Devas is so moved by the generosity and the truth of Karna that he, in turn, gives Vasusena an irresistible weapon, a Shakti. Indra says, this Shakti of mine will kill any Deva, Asura, Manava, Rancharva, Naga, or Rakshasa, anyone at all that you use it against. But it will kill just one enemy and then return to me forever. Amazing so far. Until that day, Surya's son has been called only Vasusena, but when he cuts the natural kabaja from his body and gives it to Indra, he becomes Karna, he who cut the armor from himself. So far, very, very good. Now, as I said before, no real content to analyze. I think Karna and Vasusena are names I think I heard before, but after like a week or two of having gone like through 100 or so names because of the speed at which names are said here, I don't know if I read it and I skipped over it. I don't know if I read it because it was contained in one of the many genealogies. I don't know if I read it because of another story. I don't know. I know that that name rings a bell basically, but nothing else. Now, let me continue. Canto 112. Samkhabaparva continued. By Sampayana said, Kuntibhosha's daughter, Verita of the large eyes, is not only exquisite, she is a most accomplished and capable young woman. She is virtuous, youthful, and possesses every desirable feminine quality. Yet strangely, no Kshatriya comes to ask for her hand. Kundikosha arranges a Swayambara for his princess and invites kings and princes from across the length and breadth of Bharatavarsha to attend it. As soon as she entered the arena where her hopeful suitors have gathered her eyes, sees just one of them, Pandu, king of the Bharatas, tiger among kings. She sees his regal as a lion, his chest wide, his eyes like a bull's, rippling with tremendous strength, making all the other kings seem plain beside him. For he is as magnificent as Indra, Kuntighosha's lovely daughter. No trace of any flaw among her features trembles to look at Pandu. It is as if the sight of him pierces her through. Going forward slightly, her head bent, her hands quivering with powerful emotions, she draped the garland of flowers in her hand around Pandu's neck. When the other kings see Kunti choose Pandu, they return to their kingdoms as they had come, on elephants, horses, and in chariots. When the others have gone, Kunti Bhosha has the wedding ceremony performed. O king, the Kuru prince, blessed with great fortune, and the daughter of Kunti Bhosha are as radiant a couple as Mahabharata and Paulomi, Indra and his queen Sachi. Okay, give me a second guys. I finished eating my apple, so I need to go through the apple here picture. So let us get here and now here and there it is. Give me just a moment. I need to throw the apple heart. I am back in just like 20 seconds. Hello my baby, pew. I'm back. Give me a second. There it is. Amazing, we're back. And I need to drink water. Yeah, well. I hope it was a great break because, well, it is still kind of ongoing. I need to drink water because that fucking apple was dry as fuck. But there it is. Now we're back to the reading itself. Oh, God. Best of Kuru Kings. When the wedding ceremonies are over, Kunti Bhoja gives his son-in-law great wealth and sends the couple back to Hastinapura. The Kuru prince Pandu returns triumphantly to his capital, which is with his vast army, holding aloft and waving bright and colorful flags and banners, with Brahmanas singing his praises and Maharishis chanting benedictions. Entering his palace, Pandu ensconces his queen therein. I have like benedictions and sconces. I have no idea what they mean, but anyways, we're not going to search for them, sorry. Anyways, Canto 100 and 113. Mahabharata continued. By Sampayana continued. A while later, Bhishma wants Pandu to marry a second wife, taking an army with elephants, horses, chariots, and foot soldiers, taking court elders, brahmanas, and great rishis with him. He goes to the capital of the king of Mathura. When the bull of the Balhikas, the Madra king, hears of Bhishma's arrival, he comes out of his city gates to receive him. Welcoming him reverentially, he brings the great Guru into his palace, where he offers him a chaste white carpet to sit upon, Patya, water to wash his feet, Arkhya, and he pays him every customary and formal homage. Later, when they sit together at their ease, the king asks Bhishma why he has come. Bhishma, supporter of the honor of the Gurus, says to the king, Parantapa, I have come seeking the hand of a princess. We have heard that you have a sister called Madri, blessed with great beauty and every virtue as well. I want my brother Pandu to marry her. O king, you are perfectly worthy of an alliance with us, as are we with you. Consider this and accept my proposal. The sovereign of Magadha replies, to my mind, there is no other royal family on earth with whom I can enter into an alliance, but in our family we have a custom which all my ancestors observed, for good or bad. I cannot break the tradition, which is a well-known one, and no doubt you are familiar with it. Bhishma, it is not opposite that you just say to me, give me your sister. You know the custom of which I speak. That is your family tradition. For us, that is dharma, and we must preserve it. This is the only reason why, Parantapa, I cannot accede unconditionally to your request. Bhishma says, the custom to which you allude is certainly Dharma. Why? Brahma himself has said so. Your ancestors upheld the tradition and no fault can be found with it. It is established, O Salya, that the tradition relating to family honor finds approval with sages and all the virtues. And Bhishma of Blazing Texas gives Salya gold beyond count, coined and uncoined, jewels of every hue in thousands, numberless elephants, horses and chariots, rich clothes and incomparable ornaments. Yes, great pearls and resonant corals from the sea as well. Salya receives these priceless gifts joyfully, and then gives his sister, wearing rich silk and jewelry but compared to that bull of the house of Kuru. The sage Bhishma, son of the ocean-going Ganga, delightedly takes Madri back to Hastinapura, the city named for the elephant. There, on an auspicious day and time, chosen by the Brahmana astrologers, King Pandu marries the princess Madri. When the wedding ceremony is concluded, the Kuru king installs his second wife in regal apartments. Rajarhiraja Pandu then enjoys his two lovely wives, why, unto the very limits of his desire. When 30 days have passed, Pandu goes forth from Hastinapura to conquer the world. He prostrates himself before Bhishma and the other elders of the Kuru clan, bids fond farewell to Dharatirashtra and to every other member of the family, with their blessings and he sets out on his grand campaign, taking with him an immense force of elephants, horses, and chariots. He was well pleased by the blessings chanted over him and the auspicious rituals performed for his success by the priest and the people. Taking an awesome army with him, Pandu goes forth against myriad enemies. That tiger among men, who is to spread the fame of the Kurus across the world, first subdues the bandit tribes of Asarna. He, he next turns his army of countless elephants, horsemen, foot soldiers, and charioteers, flying standards of many brilliant colors, against Dirga, the king of Mahabharata, who has given offense to more kings than a few. Pandu attacks his capital and slays him. The Guru empties Dirga's treasury, takes all his chariots and other vehicles, and his numberless beasts of burden. Pandu next marches to Mithila and subjugates the Bedejas. Then, on Abrishakra, he leads his army against Kasi, Sumha, and Pundra, and by his prowess spreads the fame and empire of the Kurus. Indeed, Pandu Parantapa is like some great conflagration sweeping across the earth. Its flames, his arrows, its loser the weapons of his legions, and consuming every king and kshatriya who dares stand against him. Those whom he vanquishes along with their armies become vassals of the Kurus. Finally, every king is subdued and they all look upon Pandu as the devas do Indra in heaven. With folded hands, they pay him homage and bring him tribute of every right kind. Jewels and gold, pearls and corals from ocean deeps, silver and superior kind, exceptional steeds, chariots and great war elephants, donkeys, camels and buffaloes, goats and sheep, beautiful blankets and kites and furs. The king of Castinapura takes these offerings and returns to his capital, to the delight of his people. Joyfully, the citizens and the noblemen all now say the fame and achievements of the great Shantanu, tiger among men, are indeed of Raharishi Bharata, were about to be extinguished, but Pandu has restored them. Indeed, he has swelled the glory of the house of Kuru. He has crushed those that steal land and wealth from us, and they now pay him tribute. When Pandu returns from his expedition, Bhishma and all the people of Hastinapura come out of the city to receive him. They have not gone far when they see the king's servitors laden with the extravagant spoils of war, a train of every kind of conveyance bearing wealth of every sort, elephants, horses, bullocks, camels, and other beasts of burden, a train so long that they cannot see its end. Then Pandu sees Bhishma and comes to prostrate himself at the patriarch's feet. He greets every other elder and citizen according to their status. Bhishma embraces Pandu, who is like a son to him, in great joy, for has he not ground the enemies of the Kurus underfoot? Bhishma weeps for joy. Finally, borne upon a veritable tide of joy, Pandu enters Hastinapura triumphantly to a resounding flourish of trumpets, conches, and kettle drums. Amazing! It was a complete victory, I would say. An overwhelming victory. And also, hello, welcome. We are so far continuing with our beautiful Mahabharata. We are Canto 114 so far. We have how many? Six. We have read the six so far in this particular session. Let me say before. Let me continue. Canto 114. Sambhava continued. Mahasampayana said, then, at Dharatirashtra's command, Pandu offers the spoil of his conquest to Bhishma, to Satyavati, and to Ambika and Ambalika. He gives some of the wealth to Vidura, as well as his other kinsmen. All these are well pleased with him and his great prowess, especially his mother Ambalika is beside herself for joy, and embraces her peerless son with delight equal to that of Sachi when she embraced Kayanta, using the wealth and won the Dharatirashtra performs 5 Mahayagnas that are like 100 great, as Womet has. The offerings made to the Brahmanas during these sacrifices are counted in hundreds and thousands, be it gold, jewels, or sacred cows. Soon after, O Bharatir Shravka, the triumphant Pandu goes into the forest with his wives Kunti and Madani. He leaves the luxury of his palace with its soft beds and devotes himself assiduously to the hunt. He begins living in a charmed jungle of great sala trees on the southern foothills of the Himalaya and ranges that forest in complete abandon. The handsome Pandu roams these pristine jungles with his two wives, quite like Airavata with two she-elephants. Currently, the forest dwellers see the magnificent Bharata prince with his sword, his bow and arrows, his gleaming armor, with Kunti and Madri, and they feel certain that he is a Deva come amongst men. At Daharatirashtra's command, his servants keep busy seeing that Pandu is supplied with everything he needs for his pleasure in the wilderness. Meanwhile, Bhishma hears that King Devaka has a young and exquisite daughter by a Sudra wife. Bhishma fetches her from her father's home and marries her to the wise Vidura. Vidura begets many children aboard her, all as virtuous and accomplished as himself. Um, Pandu, I mean, I will guess, okay, there seems to be some ambiguity about who was in fact the king, Pandu or Daharatirashtra. I guess the way in which they did it was probably Pandu and Daharatirashtra shared the kingdom, in the sense of probably when one is not in place, the other occupies that free spot, so to speak. Kind of the same as with today politics. If something were to happen to the president of a nation, the vice president should assume the role of the president in case of having to deal or until a new president is decided. But basically that. Continue. Canto 115. Samkhavaparva continued. But Sampayana said, O Hanamihaya, the Haratirashtra fathers 100 sons in Gandhari and another son upon Abhyasa wife. Pandu has 5 sons by Kunti and Matri, all of them Maharatas, their natural fathers being Devas, invoked by Kunti to continue the Kuru lineage. Hanamihaya said, Divikhotama, how did Gandhari give birth to 100 sons? How many years did this take her? How long were they destined to live? Tell us how Daharatirashtra begot his son upon a Vaisya woman. How did Daharatirashtra treat his loving, always obedient, and chaste queen Gandhari? Sorry, I hit the mic. I didn't mean to do it, I hit the mic because I had a fucking mosquito, sorry. Tell us in detail how Pandu had 5 sons, the Maharatas, even after the Maharishi, whom he kills, curses him. Ah, I am still athirst to hear everything about my sires. By Sampayana said, one day, Dwaipayana comes to Hastinapura, tired and hungry, and Hari lavishes her reverential hospitality upon him. And well pleased, the Rishi grants her the boon she wants from him, that she will bear 100 sons, each one as strong and accomplished as Daharatirashtra. Soon after, Gandhari conceives and she carries the great burden in her womb for 2 years, but does not deliver. She is in anguish and pain when she hears that Kunti has born a son who is as radiant as the morning sun. Demented by the news, especially after her long discomfort, Gandhari strikes herself in the belly violently, without Daharatirashtra knowing. At once, she is delivered of a single mass of flesh, carved as a ball of iron. She is about to have cast away when Dvaipayana arrives there, having intuited what has happened. That Maharishi sees the solid ball of flesh and cries to Subala's daughter, "What did you do?" Gandhari does not lie, but says, "I heard that Kunti has borne a son as splendid as Suryadeva, and struck my womb in grief. Oh Moni, you said that I would have a hundred sons, but all I have is this lump of flesh." Vyasa says, "Gandhari, my words shall never prove false. No falsehood has ever left my lips, even in jest. Have 100 pots full of ghee fetched at once. Meanwhile, let the lump of flesh be sprinkled with cool water." When the lump of flesh is sprinkled with cool water, Vyasa divides it into 100 shreds and one, each about the size of a thumb. The rishi has each bit placed in a separate pot of ghee in a sacred chamber, tightly sealed and carefully guarded. Vyasa says to Ganhari that the seals should be broken only after a full 2 years. With that, the enlightened Dvaipayana goes away to the Himalaya to perform tapasya. When the time comes, first of all, Duryodhana is born from a piece of flesh slightly larger than the others in the 100 pots of ghee. Thus, Yudhishthira is the eldest of his generation. News of the haughty Duryodhana's birth comes to Bhishma and Vidura. It is on the same day that in the forest Bhima, Mahabaho of immeasurable strength, is born. As soon as Duryodhana is born, he begins to cry horribly. He brays like a donkey at these unnatural sounds. Every donkey, vulture, jackal, and crow for Johannes around answer his weird cries in evil cacophony. Violent winds blow everywhere, crookedly, and dreadful fires spring up from the very earth all across the land. Terrified, King Dharatirashtra summons Bhishma, Vidura, and other friends and ministers. He calls all the great gurus and their countless brahmanas and says to them, Pandu's eldest son Yukishtiras is the heir to our line, for he is born first. I have no argument with this. But will my son Duryodhana born next succeed Yukishthira as king? I want to know what is Dharma in this matter. No sooner has he spoken, O Bharata, than the wild cacophony of various creatures by jackals and other predators and scavengers, every fell creature of night, resounds all around. Ominously they howl. Hearing and seeing the macabre omens, the Brahmanas and the wise Viduras say, Rahan, Narapungaba, the omens at his birth, I'll cry aloud that your eldest son shall be the nemesis of your race. If we are to prosper, no, even survive, you must kill him now. You will still have 99 sons after his death. But if you let him live, calamity will strike the house of Kuru. Why, the very earth, O Bharata. If you wish for the welfare of your ancient race and the world, abandon this child. Do away with him. O king, it has been said that an individual should be sacrificed for the sake of a family for the sake of a village for the sake of a country, and the very earth for the sake of the Atman, the soul. But from his love for his firstborn son, the Dharatirashtra cannot bring himself to do what Vidura and the Brahmanas ask of him. In a month's time, 100 sons are born to the Dharatirashtra from the 100 pots of ghee, and the 101st is a daughter. During the second year of Ganhari's long pregnancy, Abhaisya, my servant of hers, would attend all the Dharatirashtra. The Dharatirashtra sires a son of her. Sorry. A boy of great intelligence called Jujutsu. Thus, the wise Dharatirashtra has 100 sons, all heroic Maharatas, and a daughter, all by Gandhari, and Jujutsu, the husband, by a Vaisya woman. Okay. Canto 116. Samkhamaparva continued. Haramihaya said, Seamless, you have told me in some detail about the Rishi's boon, which led to the birth of the 100 sons of the Dharatirashtra, but you have not said anything about how his daughter comes to be born, saying only that beyond the 100 he has Yujutsu by a Vaisya woman, and a daughter. Maharishi Vyasa, of measureless tendency, said to the Ganhara's king's daughter that she would have 100 sons. Illumined one, now you say that she also has another child, a daughter. If the lump of flesh was divided only into 100 parts, and if Ganhari did not conceive again, how was those Salas born? Oh, Rishi, I am curious. Tell me how this happened. Vaisampayana said, O sire of the Pandavas, your question is well asked and I will answer it. The illustrious Dvaipayana sprinkles cool water over the hard lump of flesh and begins to divide it in 100 pieces. As he does this, the midwife
takes each portion and places it in a pot of ghee. Even as this is being done, Gandhari feels the desire for a daughter and thinks, I will surely have 100 sons from the rish's womb, but how wonderful if I also have a daughter younger than the 100. When? Why? Then my husband will attain to the realms that are conferred by the death of a daughter's son. Besides, a mother-in-law has a special love for her sons-in-law. Ah, if I have one daughter after my 100 sons, my joy will be complete. She made a fervent wish. If I have ever done tapasya, if I have given charity, if I have performed homa through brahmanas, if I have revered and served my elders, then let me have a daughter as well. Meanwhile, Dvaipayana continues dividing the lump of flesh. Finally, he says to Gandhari, here are your 100 sons. I, Vyasa, did not lie to you. However, there is 105th sparrow, smaller than the others, which shall bless you with a daughter and her sons. Yes, she will be a charming and fortunate girl. Amazing. The sage has 105th pot of ghee fetched and immerses the last shred of flesh in his hands in it. From it, O Mahabharata, in time, Dusala is born. Now, tell me what you want to hear next. Let's see. Uh, wonder. Canto 117. Samhaparva continua. Kanamehaya said, I beg you. Okay. We are done this shit once again. Fuck! I chose this book so I can't chicken out. Anyways. Kanamehaya said, I beg you, recite the names of the Dhritarashtra's son in the order of their birth. Vaisampayana said, Duryodhana, Yuyutsu, Dushana, Dushasana, Dusaha, Dusala, Halasandha, Sama, Saha, Vinda, Novinda, Durhatsha, Subahu, Dubrasarhashana, Durmashana, Durmukha, Dushkarna, Karna, Vivimsati, Vikarna, Sala, Satwa, Sulochana, Chitra, Upachitra, Chitraksha, Charuchitra, Sarasana, Durmada, Durbigaja, Vivitsu, Viratanana, Unanabaj, what? Unanabja, Sonabja, Nandaka, Upanandaka, Chitravana, Chitravarman, Subarman, Durmimuchana, Ayubahu, Mahabahu, Chitranga, Chitrakundala, Bhimavega, Bhimidvala, Balaki, Balambardhana, Ugrayudha, Bhima, Kanakaya, Dredhuyudha, Dredhavarman, Dredhakshatra, Somakitri, Anudara, Dredhasamha, Harasamha, Sadhyasamha, Sada, Subak, Ugrasravas, Ugrasena, Senani, Dushparahaya, Aparajita, Kundasayen, Visalaksha, Duradhara, Drigahasta, Suhasta, Batavega, Subarchas, Adityaketu, Babashin, Nagadatta, Agrayayen, Kabachin, Krathana, Kundadhara, Danudhara, Ugra, Vimaratha, Virabahu, Alolupa, Abhaya, Raudrakarman, Dridharata, Anadarisha, Kundabhedin, Virabi, Dirgalochana, Pramatha, Pramathi, Dirharoma, Dirhabahu, Diudhoru, Kanakadvaja, Kandasi, and Virajas. And then there is the daughter, Dusala. All 100 are heroes, Atirathas, and great warriors. All of them know the Vedas and are masters of astras and every other kind of weapon. Rahan, in due course, suitable wives are chosen for them with the utmost care, and when his daughter Dusala comes of age, the Haratirastra gives her to be the wife of Hayadratha, the king of Sindhu. Canto 118. Sanghabaparva continued. Hanamihaya said, O chanter of Brahmanas, you have told us all about the exceptional deeds of the Haratirastra's sons. Through the bull of Dvaipayana, you have also told us about their names in the order of their births. Indeed, Brahmana, all this we have heard, but now tell me about the sons of Pandu. When you narrated the incarnations of the Devas, the Asuras, and other unearthly beings into the world, you said that the Pandavas were the most illustrious, powerful as the Devas, and indeed ancestors of the gods themselves. I want to hear everything about these extraordinary princes from the beginning, the moments of their births. Oh, Vaisampayana, tell us about their glorious achievements. Vaisampayana said, O king, one day Pandu ranges through the forest on the southern slopes of Himavat, which teems with both deer and predators, when he sees a great stag, seemingly the leader of his herd, in the act of mounting his game. As soon as he sees them, the Kshatriya strikes them with 5 arrows, plumed with golden feathers. Braham, of course, it is no stag but the son of a rishi of profound tapasya, who assumed the form of a deer to enjoy his wife. Shot through by Pandu in the very act of coition, he falls onto the ground, crying out in a human voice. Bitterly, he laments and sobs. The deer says to Pandu, Kshatriya, even men that are slaves to lust and anger, and always sinning, do not commit such a savage crime. You, O Mahabharata, are the scion of a great house of Dharma. How have you allowed passion and wrath to sway you, and make you lose your reason that you have done this dreadful thing? Pandu replies, Riga, oh dear, Kshatriyas are ruled by the same impulse. When they slay deer that rules them, when they kill their enemies, you must not blame me for what I did. It is my innate nature. We kill animals of your species openly or from hiding. And this is the way of kings of yore, of old. When he performed a Mahayagna, the Rishi Agastya hunted every deer in the forest and offered them to the devas as part of his sacrifice. Is it he that sanctioned the slaying of your kind? Then why do you blame me now? For his most special sacrifices, Agastya always uses the fat of deer to perform the Homa. The deer says, King, men do not loose their arrows at unprepared enemies, but only after declaring themselves. Such killing is not censored. Pandu says, but deer are killed openly or by stealth. Why do you blame me for what I did? The deer says, Shura, I do not blame you for killing a deer, not even for the pain you have caused me, but you have killed me while I was mating. You should have waited until I had finished. Which wise man of Dharma will kill a deer while it mates? Caution is an intense pleasure for every species and brings coolness to all. What? Kshatriya, I was in the very act of satisfying my desire with my mate, and you have killed me before I finish. O king of the Kurus, you are a scion in the land of Pururavas, a house known for its dharma. What have you done is unworthy of you and your race. Bharata, what you have done is despicable, vile, cruel, and sinful in the extreme, and deserves to be punished with hell. You know the pleasures of sexual intercourse. You know the dictates of Dharma. Why, you're like a Deva, and this does not become you. Best of kings, it is your Kshatriya Dharma to punish anyone who is cruel and sinful, anyone who abandons Dharma, Artha, and Kama, as they are laid down in the Shastras. Manavotama, what have you done by killing me? Who gave you no offense? Raja, I am only living on roots and fruits, so I have assumed this form of a deer. I lived peacefully in this forest, giving no offense to any living creature, rather in harmony with all. Yet you have killed me, and I will curse you for it. I curse you, Kshatriya, that for your savagery towards a mating couple, you will die as soon as you indulge your own desire. I am the Munikindama of great Abasya. I was mating as a deer because I felt bashful to have intercourse in human form in this forest where other races abound. I often roam deep in this forest in the company of other deer. You slew me without knowing the name Abrahamana, so the sin of Brahmahatya shall not cling to you, but, O witless man, because you have killed me when I mated with my wife, your fate shall be the same. When desire next takes you to your wife and you join with her, as I have with mine, you will leave your body and enter the world of spirits, and your wife, with whom you are having intercourse, will follow you out of this world, out of her love and adoration, to the realm of Yama. You brought me anguish when I was in transport. Grief will visit you when you are in ecstasy. With this course, the deer breathes its last, and Bandu stands stricken, staring at the corpses. And, and that is why you shouldn't kill those who are fucking, basically. Well, I mean, sometimes it gets too weird. I need to make a joke or something like that because it makes me uncomfortable. Sorry. Anyways, water, beautiful. Continuing, I was here. Canto 119. Parva continued. By Sampayana said, long and bitterly Pandu and his wives grieve over the deer. Pandu cries, ah, even if they are born into pure and noble families, evil men are quickly brought to grief by their own sins, for their passions delude them into sin violently. I have heard that, though he was the son of the noble Shantanu, Vichitravirya died young because he had become a slave to his lust. In the soil of the lustful Vichitravirya, the little moon is Krishna Dvaipayana, who has never told a lie, begot me. Though I am the natural son of such a Mahatman, my heart is evil. Look at me, drunk in the forest, daily killing innocent deer. Oh, the gods have forsaken me, and I mean to seek my redemption. Mukti. The great obstacles on the path to salvation are the desire to father children, as well as other mundane attachments and concerns. I mean to swear a vow of Paramacharya and follow in my natural father's immortal footsteps. I will perform stern tapasya and bring my lust and every other passion under control. I will abandon my wives and the rest of my kin, shave my head, and wander the earth alone as a bhikshu, begging fruit as alms for the trees I find. I will cover my body with dust, forsake every object of attraction all these days, and shelter under trees or in deserted huts that I find. No show or sorrow will move me. I will look upon blame and praise equally. I will not seek blessings or adoration. I shall be at peace with everything and accept no gifts. I will never mock anyone or frown at anyone, but always be cheerful and devote myself to the welfare of all creatures. I will do no injury to any of the four forms of life, mobile or unmoving, but treat them as if they are my own children. Once a day, I will visit 5 or 10 families at most and beg for alms. If I receive none, I will not beg. I will never beg for the same from the same person twice. I will not go to more than 10 homes, and shall remain as unmoved as a rishi whether I get food or not. I will look equally upon someone who hacks away my arm with an axe and another who smears it with sandalwood paste. I will not good the first or bless the second. I will not be pleased to remain alive or grieve if I am to die. I will look equally upon life and death, cleansing my heart of every sin. I will raise above the sacred rituals that men perform during auspicious times in order to attain happiness. I will relinquish all dharma and artha, as well as the rituals that gratify the senses. I will become as free as the wind, going where I please, with no sin or attachment to bind me. Fearlessly shall I tread the path of sannyasa until the day of my fate arrives. Know that I cannot father children. I shall walk in dharma, never leaving the golden path to walk the vile alleyways of the world, all of which lead to sorrow. Whether the world honors him or not, the man who gets from greed is certainly like a dog. I cannot have children, and I must never ask another to give me sons. Weeping his tears, Pandu fetches a deep sigh and says to Kunti and Madri, "Let my mother, my uncle Vidura, King Dharatirashtra, all our friends, the Devis Satyavati, Pitama Bhishma, our family priests, the Brahmanas who keep stern pratas and drink Somarasa, and all the elders in our city be told that Pandu has taken Vanavasa and will live the life of a sannyasi." Kunti and Madri said, "Oh, Bharati Shafra, there are other paths of sannyasa that you can follow and perform the stern tapasya in which we can join and serve you, paths that also lead to moksha and liberation from rebirth. We too shall counter passions, forsake every luxury, and be austere in all things. But oh, King of great wisdom, if you abandon us, we'll take our own lives this very day." Pando replies, "If what you say is dharma, then I will tread the immortal womb of my ancestors with both of you. I will renounce the comforts of towns and cities, where Valhalla eats only fruit and roots, and wander in the deepest jungles, performing tapasya. Bathing morning and evening, I will perform homa. I will wear animal hide or rags, hat on my head, and emaciate my body by hardly eating. I will ignore hunger and thirst and expose myself to extremes of heat and cold, living in solitude. I will abandon myself to dhyana, a life of meditation. I will eat such fruits as I find, raw or ripe. I will make offerings to the beaters and the devas of mantras, holy water, and the fruit of the jungle. I will not see any of the creatures of the wild, much less harm them. I will never again see any of my friends or kinsmen, or any that live in towns or cities. Until I leave this body, I will keep the most extreme observances of the Manaparashta Shastras, always seeking out the most difficult and harsh ones." Pandu now gives away the large jewel in his crown to Brahmanas, as also his golden necklace, his bracelets, his heavy earrings, his opulent robes, along with all the jewelry of his wives. Calling his servants, he says, "Go back to Hastinapura and tell everyone there that Pandu has renounced wealth, every desire, pleasure, even his sexual life, and has become a sannyasi in the forest. He speaks quietly, but when they hear him, his attendants set up a loud and lament, crying, 'Ah, we are ruined!' Hot tears streaming down their faces. They leave their prince and, taking the gold and ornaments he has given them to be distributed as charity, return to the city of elephants. Then the Dharatirashtra, best among men, hears the news that those servitors bring. He weeps for his brother. His plans in gloom, and now hardly takes any delight in the pleasures of his palace, with its soft beds and seats, its exquisite cuisine. Pandu goes to the mountains called Nagasata with Kunti and Madri, eating fruit and roots. They cross the Chaitrarata, the Kalakuta, and finally crossing the Himalaya. They arrive on fragrant Nandhamadana, watched by watched over by Mahabhutas, Siddhas, and Maharishis. Pandu lives at times in the plains and at others on mountains. He journeys to Lake Indradyumna, and then, crossing the Hansakuta Mountains, arrives at the range of 100 peaks, Satasaringa, where he lives in Tapasya. And that, sadly, is the end of our friend Pandu. It seems, if I get it incorrectly, right? Pandu igual dead right now. Subtitlered. Tapasya, basically Tapasya, that is rituals for the sake of being liberated from heavy, the heavy shackles of our own. I'm a little bit sleepy. Yeah. Let me see. But we have so much more long text. This one isn't that long. This one is. No, okay, we will do at the very least this next two. And after this, we're already done for today. Because I don't think it will take me that much. We'll see, we'll see. Canto 120. The Mahabharata continued. While Sambayana said, Pandu devotes himself to his austerities. Quickly he becomes a favorite with all the great Siddhas and Charanas who live on that mountain. Oh, Bharata, he serves his spiritual masters with his mind perfectly controlled, with complete humility and gains enormous ascetic powers. Some of the rishis will call him their brother, others their friend, while others love him like a son. Bharata Rishivka no, Bharatirishavka, pursuing his tapasya with intense devotion and single-mindedness, Pandu, though he is born a Kshatriya, soon becomes even like a Brahmarishi. On a day of the new moon, Amavasya, some awesome rishis gather to shout out to see Brahma in his lofty realm. Pandu asks them, Great ones, where are you going? The rishis reply, There will be a great satsang today in the court of Brahma, of Devas, Pitas, and Maharishis. We want to see the Swa- Swayambhu. What the fuck? The Swayambhuva, the self-created Lord, and are going to the sacred conclave. Pandu jumps up in excitement, wants to go as well, but as he is about to follow them with his two wives, the Munis who are traveling north of Satasaringa say, as we journey north, gradually climbing the king of mountains, we have seen many marvelous realms which are inaccessible to ordinary men. We have seen the worlds of Devas, Gandharvas, and Apsaras, with hundreds of palaces, wondrous past describing, echoing softly with heavenly music. We have seen the enchanted gardens of Kubera spread across plains and rising into mountain slopes, with mighty rivers flowing through, and deep and secret caves. Many of those caves are covered in perennial snow and ice, places where no animal live or plant grow. Other realms are un- uninhabitable, indeed inaccessible, for the torrential rains that pour down upon them. Why, other beasts, even birds, do not venture into these? Only the air dares go freely through those glacial realms, as do Siddhas and rishis with great powers. O Pandu, how will your wives, these tender princesses, climb those pinnacles of the Lord of Mountains? They are not used either to the hardships of the inevitable pain. They will not survive. Therefore, O Bharatrishabha, you must not come with us. Pandu replies, Most fortunate ones, it is told that the sonless can never enter Swarga. I have no son. I speak to you in great grief, for I have not been able to repay the debt I owe my mates. Ah, I feel certain that when this body of mine dissolves into its constituent elements, my ancestors, my Peters on high, shall fall into hell. Men are born into this world with four depths, those due to Peters, the Devas, the Rishis, and to other men. In Dharma, this must be paid. The wise all agree that no blissful realms await those that do not discharge these debts. The Devas are paid with yagnas, the Rishis are paid by jnana, dhyana, and tapasya. The Peters are paid by begetting children and by offering tarpana and pinda, and one's fellow man by living a blameless life that gives no injury. I have done my dharma by the devas, the rishis, and towards my fellow men, but Messiahs, my Peters will surely perish because I have not paid my dues to them. I have not fathered any children. Oh, Munis, I am still in debt to my ancestors. The best men are born into this world to father children, so their ancestors are liberated. Wise ones, I ask you now, shall children be begotten in my field, even as I was in my father's by the great Alpayana? The rishis say, Virtus Kshatriya, you shall indeed have sons, sinless princes, blessed with fortune, and brilliant like the Devas. We see this clearly with our eyes of prophecy. So, Purusha what? Purusha once again. So, Purusha O tiger among men, accomplish less in his purpose, for intelligent men act after clear and careful thought, and invariably find great punya. We see the shining fluid that shall be your sons. Pandu, that is your direction. But Pandu remembers the curse of the stag and his enforced celibacy. He thinks hard and deep about what the sage said to him before they departed towards the north. Then he calls that they chase Kunti and says to her privately, "In this time of our distress, you must try to get children." Rishis who expound the Sanatana Dharma say that having a son fetches a man virtue and fame in the three worlds. No sacrifices, charity, penance, or the sternest vows can bestow punya on a man who has no son. Oh, my Kunti of the sweet smile, I fear that I will never attain heaven because I have no son. Ah, a vile and wretched sinner I was, addicted to violence and savagery. So the dear cursed me that I can never have children. The Shastras speak of 6 kinds of sons that are more kin than hairs, and 6 more that are not hairs, but only kin. Brita, the first of these is a son that a man begets upon his wife. The second is a son fathered by another sage, an accomplished man upon one's wife out of kindness. The third is a son begotten by another upon one's wife for money. The fourth, a son begotten upon a wife after her husband's death. The fifth, a son born to an unwed mother. The sixth, a son born to an ungrateful mother. The seventh is a son given as a gift. The eighth is a son bought for money. The ninth is a son adopted. The 10th is a son that comes with an already pregnant bride. The 11th is a brother son. And the 12th, a son begotten upon a woman of a lower caste. If a woman cannot conceive by her husband of her own Varna, she must try to conceive with a man of the next Varna. If a man cannot father a child, he might ask his younger brothers to father children for him. Manu himself has said that when a man cannot beget a son, he can have another good man father a son on his wife, because having a son is the highest punya. Kunti, I cannot sire a child in you, and I command you to conceive a child with a man who is either my equal or my superior. Let me tell you the story of the daughter of Saradandan, of Saradandayana, whose husband asked her to bear him children by another man. When her period ended and she came into fertile time, that Kshatriya woman bathed in the evening and went out at night to a crossroads. Soon enough, a Brahmana of Tapasya came along, and Saradandan, Saradandanyana's daughter asked him for children. He poured ghee as offering into a sacred fire in the ritual called Punsavana, and then served 3 mighty Maharatas in her. Durjayana being the eldest. My precious unfortunate Kunti, I want you to follow that Kshatriya princess example. I want you to bear me a son by the disease of a Brahmana of lofty sannyasa. Let me see, because I am already kind of tired. Is this? Okay, no. I'm committing this. I am finishing. We are finishing this one before I left. Because if not, we are not going to progress. Never with this fucking book. Let me read this page. Oh, final stretch. Oh, okay. It will probably take us like 5 minutes. So, Canto, give me a second. I need to change the microphone from my hands because they are already tired. So, Canto 121. Sambhava continued. By Sampayana said, Kunti says to her husband that Baal among men, the Kurus, "Oh my lord, do not say this to me, lotus-eyed Pandu. I am your wife and I love you. Maharata Mahabaho, come and beget your children in me yourself, sons of great Tejas. When they are born, I will follow you out of this world into Swarga, but not even in my imagination or dreams can I let myself be embraced by another man. Besides, which man in this world is your equal, let alone your superior? My husband of Dharma, let me tell you a story from the Purana. O Pandu of the large eyes, long ago, in ancient times, there was a poor king called Vyushis Vyushitaswa. He was devout, truthful, and a man of dharma. Once, while the mighty and pure Vyushitaswa was performing a sacrifice, Indra, the devas and the Devarishis came to his yagna. Indra and the devas were so drunk with the Somarasa that the king offered them. The Brahmanas so delighted with the munificent gift he gave them that the gods and the sages began to perform the rituals at the Braharishis yagna. Yoshitatsu shone as brightly as the sun when he appears after the winter of snow. He was twice as splendid as before, more splendid than any other man. Soon, O best of kings, the magnificent Yoshitatsu, as strong as 10 elephants, performed the Aswarmelka Yagna, vanquishing every other ruler of the east, the north, the west, and the south, and received tribute from them all. Kurukshresta, Kurukshetra. Isn't it? I'm sleepy, but not that sleepy. Isn't it Kurukshetra? What? Kurukshresta. All the Pauranikas sang a tale about that Manabotama, the brilliant Vyushivatazwa, when he had conquered the earth from sea to sea. That king protected his people, all the Varnas, just like a father would his own children. He performed great yagnas, at which he gave away untold wealth to Brahmanas. When he gathered precious jewels past counting, he arranged to perform still greater sacrifices. He also performed the Agnistoma and other arcane Vedic sacrifices, extracting copious quantities of Soma rasa. Rahan, Yushista's wife, was the daughter of Kakshivat, Badra, whose beauty was unrivaled on earth, and the two of them loved each other deeply. King Yoshistaswa seldom left his wife for any length of time, but united with her always as frequently as he might. However, this excessive sexual indulgence caused a galloping consumption, which killed the king in a matter of days. He died like the sun setting in glory. The beautiful queen, Badra, had no son and she was plunged in grief. Day and night she wept, with tears streaming down her face. Badra said, "Women serve no purpose when their husbands are dead. She is a dead She is a dead woman that survives her lord, dragging on over its misery that is no life, but a terrible death. Ah, Bharati Vishapaka, my lord, Yushitaswa, I have no wish to live without you. I beg you be merciful, and calm me to you. Every moment I live without you is a lifetime in hell. Oh, be kind, beloved king, calm me to you quickly. Oh, tiger among kings, I will follow you wherever you go. Through rough and smooth, you have gone and will never return. Let me come to you as your shadow. Oh, I will be your slave and do everything you want, whatever pleases you. Oh, my lotus-eyed husband, without you, day by day, anguish will overwhelm me. Grief will consume my heart. Oh, I am a wretched sinner and must have been the cause of separating some loving couple in another life that I have to suffer being apart from you in this one. Rahan, Rahan, the woman who lives for even a moment after her husband's death lives only in Naraka. My lord, do you not see the torment I am in? I shall lay myself down on a bed of kusa grass and neither eat nor drink, so that I might see you again soon. Oh, tiger among men, show yourself to me. Oh, my sweet lord, let me hear your voice again, commanding your wretched, grief-stricken wife. Kunti continues, Pando, thus the lovely, Bhadra wept when her husband died. She clasped his corpse in her arms and sobbed. Suddenly, an Asariti, a disembodied voice, spoke to her. Rise, O Bhadra, and leave this chamber of death. Woman of the sweet smiles, I grant you a boon. I will beget children in you, bathed after your period on the 8th or 14th night of the waxing moon, and wait for me in your bed, and I will come to you. Badra did as the voice asked, so that she might have sons. The chaste Badra did as the voice said, and her husband's corpse begot 7 children upon her, 3 Salvas and 4 Madras. Maharatirshabha, you can do the same as Yushitaswa by using your occult siddhis, your mystical powers. This was a training arc to get mystical powers, basically. Alright? I am not wrong. And let me see. This is too much text. We are not reading this right now. I love everything, but we are not continuing so far. Too much already. I need to take a case in the act of sleeping. I was going to say to take a break. No, I need to sleep. I need to fucking sleep. It was beautiful. Once again, to have the possibility of reading these books, it was even more a joyous thing to be here present, but we are done, brother. We might as well need to sleep at the very least for some minutes, because we gained more than enough tapasya from what we saw here today. We will keep cultivating ourselves in the future, but right now, we are done. Let me search for some battle, and with that said, as always, also, it is a pleasure to be here. It is an enjoyable experience to go over in this particular instance the book that it is the Mahabharata. It is also an even more true that it has a lot of things that feel completely good to go through. So yes, with this we might as well try to raise somebody and give this a closer. Why? Because we already did our part and we deserve a break so far. Let me see. Let me see if I can find somebody. The first thing I should do is the reality content at least. And whatever. Uh, I also keep saying I am a little bit sleepy, so sorry if I forgot to say it before. But as always, thanks for coming here. Thanks, dear Ludicrous. Thanks for the watchers. Thanks whoever decided to watch this experience. I won't say anything particular about who it is. This experience that is to read this Mahabharata book, because yes, it is a long journey that we still have ahead. Probably we're like on the 13, 14 video of this, and we haven't even reached a tenth of this book. No, wait, what? A tenth? Yeah, a tenth. Not even a tenth. So I don't know. We are going kind of crazy so far, but at the same time, it is nice to have this happening. So that's it. As I said before, we deserve some break. Ah, it was beautiful. Let me see. Um, yeah, we're finishing this with a beautiful raid in this occasion to our friend Keitaro CH. Why? Because he is doing training for basically he's on his training arc. He is playing plate up, and he basically that is doing a stream of something. Yeah, I wrote the name incorrectly. I am amazing. I am sleepy. Sorry. There it is. There we have it. As I said before, we're leaving. It was beautiful, but once again, this needs to come to a closure. No more to add. As always, thanks for being here, thanks for staying, thanks for watching, thanks for everything that happened. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be a possibility. And we shall find each other in the future when the possibility is given to us. Now, as I said before, we leave to Red Guitar, who is playing Playtap. So yes, please, as always, take care of yourself, rest properly, and do not ignore your necessities. Right. Goodbye. Goodbye.